What's up guys, now that we have our own workshop finally pretty much established with a washing station right here, bicycle parking right here, then we have our workbenches which are pretty nice, a really huge one right here. We will of course install a truing stand and also this bad boy right there, so you can really fix the things we need to fix firmly. We also have those tool drawers, pretty nicely powder coated black. This right here for all the wheel works is not complete yet, but we have some important tools already. Then we have the lacing tools, spokes, nipples right here, some freehub stuff. Then the last drawer is just some spare stuff for the moment. And then the tool drawer right here, we have basically all the stuff we need besides our toolboxes, and that's why we're here today. We are talking about this little thing right here, which is the BSC Tools Hollowtech 2 tool. And as the name suggests already, this is for Hollowtech 2 cranksets from Shimano. I'm sure most of you cyclists will be familiar with those. We have those plastic end caps or always with which you can adjust the play, and then you fix it with those M6 bolts with a 5mm hex key. And of course this tool right here is made only for one purpose, and that is to adjust the play. And the tool is, well, of course it's important because you want to really finely, you want to be able to finely adjust the play in it. And previously I've been working with this Park tool right here, which is nice because it has a lot of, you have a lot of torque with those little like wings that it has. Also this little thing right here with which you can get this little plastic secure thingy up in order to take the arm off. Additionally, you have the option to tighten it with an 8mm hex key. So that is pretty nice. So you can also get a lot of force in with that, or just by hand with the wings, as I said. So a pretty nice tool. However, sometimes you risk to scratch the arm with this little pointy thing right here. Otherwise, of course, it's no worries. But then again, it's not the easiest, or like, let's say it's not the nicest to handle. But it is surely a nice tool. It would be almost in the top 3, maybe even second best. But the best now, I think, really is that one right here, because it is a little bit lighter. It is much more beautiful, of course. And of course, the color is also nice. Of course, this is also for recognizing the tool, I believe. BSC Tools also always has a lot of orange stuff, as this lacing tool right here, the shuffler for the spoke nipples. And why I like it is because here we have a 6mm hex. And first I was like, why isn't there a 5mm option? Because you are already tightening the crank arm with the 5mm hex, right? So why not have it 5 already here? Then again, you are a mechanic if you use one of those, I believe. Or maybe a really ambitious home mechanic, because it is kind of a specific tool if you know this brand. And if you work with this tool and you have the 6mm hex, you surely also have the 5mm. You see where I'm getting 5 and 6. I'm sure you have a set, so that's not really a worry there. So you just grab the tool, you grab the 6mm if you want it, and then you lay both aside because you are going to tighten the left arm with the 5mm and then the torque wrench. So yeah, I'm sure you have the tools. So that's not really a bad thing. Then I'm sure a lot of you are really a fan of Abbey bike tools, like the decade chain tool, the Hag of course, and also the cassette tool. And also this little guy right here, preload tool I believe it's called. And you see the similarity, of course both aluminum, really nice. The Abbey is even lighter, more minimalistic, smaller also. And I don't know if you guessed it right, but we have the 5mm hex on this one. So as I said before, if you have a minimalistic setup for only crank arms, which would be a bit weird, of course, but you are already preloading it with the 5mm hex because you don't have a lot of preload force with this. So this is really nice. You work with the we preload with the 5, you tighten the arm with the 5. But again, as I said before, this is really a little detail. Now let's get to one of the most important parts, because I was working with this Abbey tool before on some really expensive bikes. We are talking Shimano Dura Ace with power meter installed on both sides. Even the left crank arm alone is a pretty expensive piece of equipment. And I tightened it, I preloaded it with the Abbey tool, and I scratched it up a bit. So this clearance right here is not really pleasant. And that is why I prefer the BSC tool. We have over 5mm of clearance, and that on any Shimano crank, I'm sure. So there's no worries, you won't be scratching up any crank arm. Also here the surface is really smooth. Also here we have a little like phase. And the Abbey also of course has a little phase, but it is really quite like sharp on the edge. It just goes too close, no clearance at all, and you really risk to scratch up. And if you have your own bike and you say, I don't care about scratches, I care about functionality, yeah, that's fine. I'm normally that kind of person. But if you're working on customer bikes or new show bikes, or I don't know what kind of bikes, and you really don't want to scratch up any piece of equipment, then it can be a problem. And that is why today, guys, this is the tool, BCS Hollowtech 2 tool. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you in the next one.